I'm having the movie go, so um, yeah, it's in a thing of a version of the Sarkeesian effect or whatever. So, like, with the opening of it,
But she's not
like,
in control of a cultural zeitgeist
it's
that will lead her to attack a new
like showing off
authority
Sarkeesian and all that.
exploit it
Yeah.
to take over
Like,
video games.
that seems like a good
They took
focal
over
point of
film
like
industry,
the whole
the media,
overall
and
product of
school
the
system.
documentary, don't you
This
think?
story is nothing new.
Well, I think it gives you a visual. It gives everybody a good visual because we've heard about like so much about Gamergate and shit.
And by
Yeah.
telling her story, it will help us see
Yeah.
that phenomenon for
Um,
what it truly is. This is the story of
Yeah, let's see, what else can I think about this?
crafting the legislation that will be
Hopefully I
used
can
to
do this.
silence all dissent
But otherwise,
on
like,
the internet and in the culture.
yeah, I think this documentary is like
Immersed.
the whole message of it is, oh, you can refer this back, you know, like say it's 10 years in the future or more, and you can
Yeah. Actually, the thing I liked the most was the fact that there's a lot of diversity in the people that he interviewed.
Oh yeah,
Like everybody that did their interviews, I thought they did them really well and picked the right kind of person to ask questions to.
yeah. I mean,
Memories of exploring streams and
like,
the legend of Zelda.
yeah,
was
like
inspired by its
they
creator,
obviously
Aurini,
Jordan Owen and Davis, they had to go around and you know, go talk to the people and like
Did they actually travel?
yeah, they did.
Because they mentioned there's this one black guy that has this big ass like pimp coat,
Yeah,
and I guess that was like in like Illinois, like I
Detroit.
think Chicago, Detroit.
or,
Yeah, something
yeah,
like that.
somewhere in Michigan, the Mitten State. Yeah,
Yeah, but like I liked how there was just a lot of diversity in it because they didn't just pick a few people or just like they didn't even interview some of the more popular people in this shit.
oh
I mean, as far as YouTubers and shit.
yeah, I know.
In discussing
I mean, they
this
could have
program,
easily
organization
gotten.
male characters, she
Oh
says,
no, they did get Thunderfoot actually. Just that this version does not contain Thunderfoot in interview form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just that one clip
"To a
of
non-gaming audience, this
teaching
sounds outright
video
sinister,
games
but the
teach
reality is nothing
want
but
people to
such.
fall
The
off
dead body
buildings.
disappears simply to
Oh,
save
yeah.
memory.
Yeah, that's
It
actually
happens to both sexes,
he actually
as well
used
as
that,
many other
even
items
though
which are left
Thunderfoot
lying
attacked him
around.
and all that
Her
stuff.
implication
But
that
whatever.
Sarkeesian
Actually, it's still a good example because it's so goddamn silly.
power
Yeah.
over games and
I don't know. I mean, I like their point of view about it, and a lot of people just said, "Fuck it." They spoke their opinions.
All minorities in
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think my favorite point about the whole thing was that it didn't matter. It could have been anyone that just had the same actions as her. It's just she happened to get there first.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been Hillary Clinton. Oh wait,
Nah, she
No.
played Atari.
Oh, dang. Yeah, she would say this is sexist and
Long
violent.
is sexist because I don't have any balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just going through the clips and all the words of education, education, education is flashing by a fat lady and Sarkeesian. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
She is open about her, and they'll be able to
And
consumer
also like the New World. Okay, I think I found the guy with the pimp suit. Yeah, yeah, there he is. It's a fur coat. He has
Yeah.
a golden watch. He has a skull shirt. He has an American flag right next to him. America.
Fuck yeah.
Slavery. Fuck yeah.
Books.
Fuck yeah. Taco Bell.
Fuck
not
yeah.
really.
Why didn't you step in? I said, well,
Well, technically, hard-shelled tacos are American. So
And
whatever.
then we have the honey badgers.
gain a leg up.
Oh yeah, those are those four. Were they lesbians?
Anita Sarkeesian will complain about
if
the
you want to
damsel in distress
write it
trope,
off as
while
that.
simultaneously
Well, no, it's a valid point to have opinions by people that that was a good pick,
experience that women like
Yeah.
her want
and it wasn't just one specific person. Because you have to remember interviewing everybody about being sexist. These people have a specific sexual
they've taken it
preference.
upon themselves
Yeah.
to call out the
So that's actually an excellent interview because you get an opinion about not just one, but there was four different ones, and then they interviewed another one separate.
Yeah. actually, yeah, in the Calgary Expo last year, that not Hannah, Allison Tiemann, yeah, she was banned from the NEA.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That was totally bullshit. She got blacklisted from the entire fucking border of North Mexico or whatever.
Yeah, gee. I guess you better go to Central Mexico instead, because although Central Mexico is in such shambles now.
Well, I mean, regardless of we're joking around with it, that's fucked up to get banned from anything, let alone an entire, group of fucking conventions.
Yeah, that's like the Hollywood blacklisting, is it? I don't know.
Kind of. It's a little different. I mean, that's a little different because they have the film industry and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are actual occupations.
Yeah, this is fan things.
Yeah. I mean, you should have the option to go and have fun, just like a concert.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, she did not, do something horrendous like eating children. I mean, geez. I mean, that's definitely a considerable ban, right?
Well, she was just defending, her opinion. That wasn't anything weird.
Yeah.
But it's like the fact that she spoke up about something and she was female, they just wanted to get her out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. They'd rather crucify her instead of, having people talk.
Well, it's similar. I can't describe it because I'm not a female, but I guess it's similar to how they didn't want black people in Major League Baseball. And then eventually Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. There's a bunch of other people, but it's weird because, that's more of a race kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to make, your gender a race thing pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. When in fact, like half
Well, okay, like, actually where I was going with that, it's also like how they looked at certain black players and called them Uncle Toms.
Oh, yeah, that's...
It's more along that route. That's what I was trying to get at. I'm not saying that Jackie Robinson was an Uncle Tom, but in some scenarios, people did kind of have their opinions about certain athletes, especially back then.
Yeah.
Claims which Sarkeesian herself has echoed on social media. It was a lawyer from Florida who became
Yeah, it's like, there's more women alive today. There's like 50, like more than 50% of the U.S. population. Oh, excuse me. That, yeah, like, they aren't a minority in the general thing, but it's like, oh, there's not enough men in the STEM fields. I mean, women. But then they protest against it and make a big fuss out of it. And everything's all screwed up and messed up. And aborted up. And
Well, I mean, we live in a society where we have more people that have, especially with the internet, they could get their opinions out there.
Yeah.
But the fact that people still get blacklisted like that is fucked up.
Oh, dude, what else? Depression, Quest, Rihanna, Boot. Oh, Clary was funny in this. He was so honest, and he's actually bald, and he had a ring on his middle finger. I don't know what that is, but I can only guess one image.
Yeah.
And one thing about wearing your coat suit vest thing, I don't know. I don't like jeans with it for some reason. But he's
I don't pay attention to what men wear, so whatever.
I know. I'm such a woman. But, I mean, lately I've been looking at dress stuff of men and, oh, he's wearing cufflinks and all that. I pay attention to that now.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you had to wear them.
Yeah. Oh. I kind of like cufflinks and all that.
I don't pay attention to that stuff.
That's, but anyway, I like Aaron Clary's always great. Although I don't know why he would put. Actually, that's his latest book, is The Curse of the High IQ.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather put Enjoyed the Decline.
Actually, I did kind of like how they hinted out hinted about the Depression Quest game or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Everyone pretty much agrees it was a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she apparently got a decent enough rating on it, and it's on Steam, I guess.
Yeah, it's, well, it still is.
Fucking weird.
Yeah. Karl Marx. What a loser.
They blamed the capitalists for the very sins they
You know, it's like,
their own lives.
it's a dead thing.
And cowardice.
Why even talk about this
Marxism
shit
fails
anymore?
Every time it's attempted doesn't matter.
Well, he was getting to the point, like, as an overall presentation, he had to cover a lot of that shit.
Yeah, I know. I know because it's
It's old to us because we've heard about it all the time.
But then again, for the presentation of showing it to, let's say, to my dad or mom.
Yeah, just a regular person. I thought it was a good presentation.
Yeah, like, oh, they go like, oh, that's what's happening.
Well, yeah. Then it's, well, I mean, the real question would be, how the fuck did this chick manipulate herself through the system and end up, like, representing women in the United Nations?
Oh, by the way, Mercedes Carrera. What did you think about her?
Mm. Oh, the porn star?
Yeah.
Actually, I think they all look nice, and I like the way they talk, but to me it's a little different because I've already known strippers and shit like that, and it's kind of funny to know that they actually, some of them actually strip to get through college.
Yeah, I know.
When I was remember Danny's sister, she stripped?
Oh.
Yeah, she
Oh.
lived with nothing but roommate strippers, and I used to hang out with them and talk and stuff. They have fucking expensive taste, though. They'd be doing, like, lines of blow and shit in there. It'd be like, would you like some? No, thanks. But, you know, after they're high, they would be telling me about all the cars that they had and all the places they've traveled to. They would say that one of their clients was a billionaire or some shit and took him to Cancun. It's pretty fucking crazy. But not only that, dude, I mean, they have certain tastes, and once you get into a certain, I guess, you hang out with a certain crowd, you have to learn and pay attention. Otherwise, you just sound retarded.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of them are actually fucking. They have degrees and all sorts of shit. Like that chick was supposed to be I think an English teacher or some shit. She says that she couldn't find a damn job for it because, like, everyone's an English teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you gotta wait until like people retire just to get in there, and there's always like a huge list in front of you.
Yeah. It's retarded. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I didn't really put into thought about, you know, porn stars and all that until Gamergate, really, because I thought, oh, there's just whores that just get money. But then I didn't really have that much to mention. But it was until this, I guess. No, not the documentary, but until like
Yeah.
Gamergate and all that, and then the harassment that she got, and learning a bit of her story. Yeah, yeah, whores are people.
Whores are people too.
Yeah, but so are politicians and all that. It's just that which one's, you know, one's more honest though. Because
Yeah. Well, it's a little different because every girl that I talked to, that I met, like, some of them did porn, some of them admitted that they were prostitutes, but it was weird because the main reason why they would say, you know, like, eventually the question would come up where it'd say, hey, like, how come you do this instead of going to school for or whatever, or finishing college or actually applying to become a teacher or whatever it may be? They always said, why should I waste my money doing that when I can make $2,000 a night?
I know. Yeah, it's until you get the crabs and AIDS and all that.
Well, strippers don't do that shit. And I guess there's a difference because over here, if you work in one of the bars and they don't serve alcohol, they could be nude. But if they serve alcohol, it can only be a topless bar.
Oh, okay.
And some of the girls there were just topless.
Here's my boobies.
That's it. Yeah, they just walk around. That's it. They're nice. They say hello, they talk to some guys, and the guys enjoy the company, and they leave an extra tip after they pay for their fucking drinks or food and whatever the hell else they have there.
Yeah.
And there's no sex involved either. A lot of this one chick told me that one of the dudes that had a crush on her, he was too old to get it up, but he liked buying her nice things. And I guess she said that the only times that he would go over to her house, it would be just to clean the house naked. There was no sex involved at all, but I guess he paid her a fuck ton of money to do that.
How did you like the idea of Fox Days? SJWs always lie. They double down, or they project, and then they double down. How do you think about that little thought process thing of how people act?
It's a little different, but it's in that situation there were examples of it. I'm just gonna say that not all of them are like that, and I don't necessarily agree with any of them, but I think that some of them have different motives. A lot of them just try to play the victim and point the finger and yell over other people.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, they're not all. They have different tactics, but I think they were just giving examples of what some of them tend to do.
Yeah, and if they use all or one of the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just people pick their own ways to get their point across.
Yeah.
And it depends on what they're doing to be a social justice warrior.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them do it because they're, a minority. Some of them do it because they're just a female. And others do it because of whatever their beliefs are. And it depends on your upbringing and your tactics.
Yeah. It's just that a lot of them are,
some of them are just part of the fucking crowds.
yeah.
They're just trolling.
Yeah. Trolling, and they want to be attention whores. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So, and a little bit of conclusion, I guess. What do you think of the comic book headings? Do you think that was a good ending?
I don't know.
I thought I thought it was good.
It was definitely a good poem to have, but I think he was just trying to find something nice to end on a good message.
Mm-hmm.
But as an overall thing, it doesn't really. It works. It works for this. It's his ideas. He can have fun with it. But other people might want to have a different approach. Like every now and then, some people might actually play let's say he had the credits rolling down, with all the exact details instead of just naming who was in the songs and the songs that were played for the documentary.
Yeah.
But if it was just a name of a bunch of peoples and locations and a few other details here and there that maybe he paid extra for, or just a special thanks to kind of thing. Some people might actually play something you would hear at a funeral.
Yeah. The only things the only big little problems I found with it was there was the four kinds of lies at the very beginning.
Yeah.
One of them, he didn't really show too much of an example, and it could have been more visuals to it. I thought, because there was one where they showed the example of Hitman, and apparently Anita's playing it, and she kills the woman and puts the body in the trunk.
Oh yeah.
But however, it actually penalizes you. But that was
Well, yeah, that reminded me of when I used to play Fable.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing where you're either evil or good or something like that. I remember that Fable made me laugh more. I think was it Fable 2 where you kick the chickens?
Oh, I think you can do it in both. I'm not sure.
I just liked that it tracked the distance that I kicked them, but that doesn't mean I'd do that shit in real life.
I know. And also, the only other thing I can think of is, the name, oh, this is Aaron Clary,
Yeah.
commit
I mean, there was like
crimes,
some other things that were,
perform
you know,
good deeds,
like
and you
showing
will love.
various angles,
Save the
but
entire town and
Yeah.
like the
get
names of
into a
people,
drunken night fight, you'll be a
I'm
good
kind of like
natured
picky at that
rascal.
point.
Oh, because of the text?
No, well, not the text, but how long should the text be on the screen?
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I know with the
I
black
didn't have a
guy,
problem with that.
yeah, the black guy with the pimp coat.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
I don't know. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Anyway, like the names of people, they would. How long do you have that on? And I remember the one with the black guy was on there for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part of critiquing these things, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like how much do you have that name and then it fades away?
But at the same time, you forgot his name right away.
Yeah. What was his name? Oh, Jason Miller. Yeah, it's not black guy with a pimp suit. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that this is done in Davis's life. He can go on and do other things. Maybe make a sequel to As I Walk in These Broken Roads. That's his novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he can finally answer to everyone. This is my version. Go and see. Check it out.
Yeah.
And I think this is a pretty damn good fine product. Don't you think so?
Well, this one I thought it was a good take on his end, and I mean, if you were to compare it to other documentaries that are out there, I would say his is a lot better than a lot of them that I used to watch, especially like the early filmmakers that talk about just their struggles, or they have a documentary on something and you could tell it's amateur. His at least feels like he's very comfortable with the beginning and ending of everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, let's back up. It's, between Jordan and him, but otherwise, like, I did not feel bored. I was quite focused. I could show it to any relatives that don't know what's this about, and they would get it. And
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a documentary, is being able to appeal to any audience.
And it also is timeless, that I can look at it and, oh, this is where it is, and I can show this example of history. So that's the best thing I can give it about it, is it has some timelessness. That's why I really like, because if you do like a documentary on the voting stupid thing in Florida in the 2000 elections.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
where Al Gore wanted a recount.
yeah, it's like that's only one time, and it's like it's just one part. You can't. Only a person that is interested in political history and then whatever thing can
Yeah.
only have fun.
Well, because Al Gore, he did serve with Clinton, so I mean, he's not just some nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was kind of weird how, like, it's just weird how everything got represented. So I mean, it does have historical value.
But
It's just that it's very boring.
yeah. Oh, if there was such a documentary, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody would really want to watch it.
Only bored historians that are fat and ugly and armchair generals would like it, right?
Well, the only thing that would happen, that I personally think would be kind of funny if somebody really did a documentary that way, is if they talked about the Clinton scandal where, he had Monica Lewinsky. And then they would explain, like, the demise of how him and Al Gore got out of office, basically.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, you could even have them explain how Jeb Bush was the fucking governor of Florida at the time, and that was the Florida election.
Yeah. Yeah, guacamole merchant. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill Quinton has like a thing on his head, so
Yeah.
he might just die this year. Who knows?
Whatever. No, but I was just saying, like, if that happened, it'd be something like that would be more appealing. Otherwise, just talking about the way that election went, it was pretty fucking boring.
Anyway, I think this was a good documentary, and it's finally over. We can go on, and I hope you, Davis, um, are finally are relieved and can go up a little bit. Fuck, I can't think of anything.
Okay, I got an idea. I'm just glad that he did the polar opposite. You remember how I was bitching about the Sargon guy?
Oh,
Where all he's doing, the Sargon guy was just looking for clickbait. He's like, oh, I'm going to talk shit about this and that, and never did anything, never accomplished anything, never actually got to the point.
mm-hmm.
You know, at least when Davis went out and made this documentary, it had a beginning, and it had a lot of information, and it had an ending where he's like basically saying, this is what happened, and it's been documented.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, he went out. Davis and Jordan, they went off and got off. They got off their asses and did some interviewing.
Yeah, they didn't just bitch on the computer with the fucking icon on.
Yeah, they actually did something of tangible work. Where on the internet, it's just, you're just on the internet. So,
Yeah, he wasn't like those guys out there that are trying to like sell T-shirts and shit.
yeah,
Or beg for money the whole time, you know. He just
Yeah.
wanted to do a good documentary, and he did it. So that's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, Sargon and Thunderfoot and a lot of Gamergate people. Yeah, they're Patreon blah blah shit.
Yeah. Well, because they saw a topic that was interesting and figured, hey, I could make a bunch of videos and monetize my videos or some shit.
Yeah, from your fans,
Yeah.
which is so unreliable. Get a real job. The Archfiend says so, man. So, oh well.
I mean, it's like just you got to look at it as a real project. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can do that shit, or have the patience to actually go and interview people and make it organized.
Yeah. And that, I think we'll end on that, right?